Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 10. It's titled Stalker, and we're going to be looking at the opening minutes as well as a sneak peek we got from The Talking Dead. They're pretty much like, the sneak peek is very similar, like it's just like a continuation of the opening minutes, but nonetheless, it's really cool because we get to see something that I've sort of been hyped about to see what's going to happen. So this episode looks to be really good. We're going to get into it in just a second. Obviously, spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead. Go check it out and come back to this video. And if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe because we'll be making a lot of videos now since the season is back. But with all that being said, let's get into the opening minutes. Alright, so the opening minutes. Episode 10 is going to be about, this is going to be like a battle at Alexandria. We saw a synopsis of the episode. It's saying that, there's going to be a big threat, outside threat into Alexandria. And in the opening minutes, we learned that outside threat is Beta and the Whispers. Now, a couple weeks ago when they were promoting Season 10B, we got this trailer where we had someone's hand like sticking up from a grave. We're actually learning now that that is Beta's hand. In the opening minutes, he walks into this RV in the middle of nowhere, and we have these two Whispers just standing or sitting here waiting for him, and they show him this little like tunnel into Alexandria, which I gotta say is kind of very smart from the Whispers perspective, because they have, it's hard to get into Alexandria because the walls are so high, but they somehow manage to dig a tunnel all the way into Alexandria, which again is very smart. You can see here that he walks into the RV. The Whispers get up and they remove the chair, and he jumps down into this tunnel. He lights a flame, and he just pretty much makes his way all the way into Alexandria, and that's where the sneak peek for The Talking Dead is, which it is like pretty much the same thing. I wish it was another part of the episode. Well, I mean, I guess it's okay if they're, because I do know with all the sneak peeks and opening minutes we get for The Walking Dead, sometimes there's a lot shown. So, in a good way, actually, that means there's going to be more stuff that we haven't seen yet. But anyways, going back to The Talking Dead, yeah, this is where The Talking Dead picks up, and we have this grave here, and we just see Beta's hand coming up. Now, hopefully we learn more about like how this actually happened, and I'm sure they will. I think like after this battle at Alexandria or whatever, I'm sure they're gonna question everything and be like, how did they get up here? Let's check all the graves or something like that. So we'll see exactly how they did it, but I'm sure that's gonna get answered, because there's no way they're just gonna dig up and they're just gonna fight them and then leave it at that. I'm sure they're gonna question exactly what's going on. But yeah, here we go. So in The Talking Dead, we have the grave here, the hand comes up, and then Beta just like basically pulls himself up. And I love this shot here of his silhouette, and he just pulls out both the knives. How scary that is. Now there's only 3 of them, so I don't think they're here to fight. I actually think they're here for Gamma, because Beta, he went after Gamma, and I'm sure Beta's like super pissed off. So I think that's why he's here, because if they were coming to fight, obviously they would bring a lot more Whispers and walkers as well. So I don't think they're here to fight. I think they're going to the hilltop to fight. But I think he's just here for Gamma. So I don't think he's gonna get to Gamma. I'm hoping not, because if he does, Gamma's like 100% dead. Like Beta, he said it himself, like, if I find her, I'm gonna kill her, which is kind of scary, because I don't see, well, I mean, bring her back to Alpha at least, but there's no way she would survive that. So I think she's gonna live though. I think Gamma's gonna be one of the Whispers who probably make it to the good side after the Whisper War and help out. I can kind of see that. I just feel like her character sort of fits in with, like, I can see her character fitting in with other people, because she technically hasn't done anything bad, and there are a lot of Whispers I think that could potentially end up joining the good side after the Whisper War. There was also a shot of some people running in Alexandria, so I think there are gonna be like little fights here and there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be casualties. I really won't, because a lot of the Alexandrians that are in Alexandria right now are like the people who don't fight that much, because like the main group, remember, they went to the cave. So a lot of people who are in Alexandria aren't fighters. Like there are a couple there, like Rosita and Gabriel and people like that. They're still in Alexandria, but for the most part, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna be scared during this whole situation. And I think if I don't know if Connie and Magna are gonna survive the cave thing. But even if they do or don't, I think it's gonna pretty much solidify the Whisper War, because I know right now some of the characters want to fight, some of them don't want to fight. But I'm pretty sure that they're gonna want to go to war after this because of what Alpha did. But even if a character dies here, that's gonna want to, because right now, it's interesting because in Alexandria they are debating whether to trust Alpha, what to do. Do they want to go to war? This and that. They're debating a lot of stuff in Alexandria. So I think if innocent people start, or like not everybody, but like a couple people here and there end up getting killed from the Whispers, that'll definitely make those who don't want to go to war change their minds. One thing I am interested in and a little bit curious, because earlier in the video I just mentioned how since there's only 3 people, I think Beta's coming here to get Gamma. But something I did find interesting is this is the opening minute. So I'm assuming it doesn't have to happen first in the episode, like chronologically, but this is the opening minutes. But we also know in this episode, Gamma's gonna be coming to Alexandria, because we have that shot of her in the front of the gates and all the people surrounding her, and then they go into the room, or like the courtroom, whatever, and they do, like, everyone talks and says what they think about it, and they're sort of debating whether or not they can trust Gamma. Like, that's gonna be happening in this episode. But the opening minutes shows Beta sneaking into Alexandria at night. So I don't know if this is like the night before, or it's just like happening, and it's this is happening. They're just showing this first, and then we see the stuff that happens previously, because they've done that before. Not everything has to be chronological, but I was just like, for a second, I just thought about that, because we're gonna see the whole Gamma coming over to Alexandria and then getting put in the cell later on in this episode. So that's why I'm a little curious as to why they're showing Beta entering first. Like, it's a good opening minutes though, because it definitely grabs your attention, hooks you into the episode, which is what they want. So maybe they're showing that first. But I do think that he's coming here because of Gamma, because there's only him and 2 other Whisperers, and we don't even see the 2 other Whisperers come up. So we don't know if they're gonna come up. But maybe Beta already knows that Gamma's gonna be in Alexandria, so he just like comes the night before or something. But let me know what you think about that. And the last thing I want to talk about before I wrap up this video, this actually has to do with episode 12. I just wanted to squeeze this into the video because it was like some little information we got about episode 12. I didn't want to make its own separate video for this. But episode 12, we just got the title and the synopsis, and I quickly wanted to read that for you guys because I do think it's interesting, and I like covering the titles and synopsises for the episode. So the title for episode, and the reason why I want to mention this, the reason why I'm even talking about this is because episode 12 is also Michonne's final episode. So I quickly wanted to squeeze this in, but yeah, episode 12 is titled What We Become. And then the synopsis says Michonne takes Virgil back to his mysterious island to reunite with his family. In exchange, Virgil promises weapons that could change the tide of the Whisper War. Alright, so What We Become is definitely fitting, I think, for a final episode title. Like, it just sort of like has that ring to it. Like, I think Rick's final episode was titled What Comes After, What We Become, stuff like this that just sort of talks about the character's journey and, legacy. So that definitely fits Michonne's legacy, I think, What We Become. And this could potentially be her final episode. Now, it's saying that it's basically, the synopsis is basically saying stuff that we already knew, like Michonne taking Virgil back to the island. But if this is Michonne's final episode, I do think Virgil's gonna keep his promise. And even if something happens to Michonne and she doesn't make it back to Alexandria, I think Virgil will still give the weapons, and I think Virgil will tell everyone at Alexandria what happens to Michonne, whether that's going with the CRM, or I was gonna say like whether it's going to the CRM or something happening to her and she dies, but I don't think she's gonna die, because I just don't see them taking Michonne to the island and then killing her. If they were gonna kill her, they would probably kill her during the Whisper War and go out, saving her people, something like that. But it still sort of fits, I think, because she's risking her life for the weapons. But the point is, like, I think Virgil will give the weapons to them, and that's gonna help out with the Whisper War. And in hindsight, Michonne is gonna help out, finishing up the Whisper War, even if she's not there. You know what I mean? But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about that. The whole Virgil thing. Do you think you can even trust Virgil? I just quickly wanted to squeeze that in there because we just got that information recently. But as far as this video, I am gonna wrap it up there. Let me know what you think about the opening minutes and the sneak peek. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like rating. If you're a fan of Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe, because again, we'll be making a lot of videos since the season is back. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.